Did you ever notice that it's so much easier to do creative, long-term, strategic thinking for your business when you're away from your business? Hey, welcome to Coney Island. I'm Jim Cohn, and we're talking about marketing for Main Street. What I want to share with you today, I think, is a great thing to think about over the holiday weekend when maybe you have a few minutes of quiet time to yourself, when you're not putting out the fires and dealing with the day-to-day stuff at work. And it has to do with long-term versus short-term thinking. It's so hard to do long-term thinking when you're at work and you're putting out fires and trying to figure out how you're going to meet this week's payroll. You're not really in the mindset to do long-term or creative or strategic kind of thinking. So over the weekend, I'd like you to think about that and take a little time to do an exercise that I've done before that's been incredibly helpful. And that is, first of all, to understand that every decision we make in business has short-term implications and long-term implications. So let me give you an example of that. And just taking the exchange policy at a retail store. Now, this applies to every business in some way, shape, or form. I'm just using the retail environment as an example. But is your exchange policy something like, you can return it within 2 weeks if you have the receipt, for store credit only, that kind of thing? Or is it more like the really successful businesses that talk about pretty much, when you think about Neiman Marcus or LL Bean or Amazon.com, hey, return it. Just return it. We don't want a customer out there that's dissatisfied for any reason. So you don't even need a reason to return it. We'll send you the shipping form. Just put it out on your doorstep. We'll come pick it up kind of policy. And I've had people say to me, hey, I'm too small. Those big guys can do that, but I could never afford to do that. I'd go out of business. So if you're taking back, say a $50 item that cost you $25 and you have to take it back and eat it, you can't do anything with it. Forget about maybe putting it on clearance or something like that. But remember, I'm just using retail as an example here. This applies in every business environment. So it costs you $25, and sometimes in business, $25 actually really does make a difference to your cash flow for the day or for the week or for the month. But before you rule it out, I'm going to give you a great exercise to do that's only going to take you a few minutes, and you're probably going to want to do it when you're away from business. And it's called calculating the long-term value of a regular customer. And it's really easy to do. You sit down, take a little quiet time, grab a pencil and a piece of paper, and actually calculate how much a customer is worth to you in the long term. Because how can we possibly know how much money to invest in a customer or in a relationship if we have no idea what the return on that investment is going to be? So let's calculate that, and let's figure out that a good customer comes X number of times over the course of a year, and my profit on each interaction is going to be estimated at Y dollars, and just do the multiplication. And if there's an opportunity for referrals, factor those into. A good customer over his lifetime is going to refer 2 people, one of whom may become a good customer, and add that into the equation too. But at the end of the exercise, you're going to come up with a number, an actual number, and you're going to see in black and white what a long-term customer is actually worth to your business in dollars. And then and only then can we figure out how much it's worth to invest in that customer over the lifetime of that relationship. And that may change how we make a decision about something like our return policy, because now that $25 that we may have to eat seems really, really small when we're able to step back and look at the big picture. So try and do that exercise. Get in touch with me. Let me know how it works out for you. It's a cool thing to do, and it really could change your thinking. Remember, customers have so many choices, and it's our job to help them choose us. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend.